cold start. Just cleaned the car. Today's video, basically, I thought it would be cool if I did like things I like about the Mustang, things that I don't like about the Mustang. I've driven it for about 60,000 miles or so. I've had it for about 2 years. I'm gonna talk about what I like about the car and what I don't like about the car, and if you should get an S197. Arguably one of the better looking generations of Mustang in my opinion. Mine is in grabber blue, which is relatively rare for this car, apparently, that I come to find out. Mine is also a 6-speed manual, so yeah, I'm gonna go find a spot to park up and then we can talk about the car. This is my 2013 Ford Mustang GT S197 6-speed manual. I've had it for about 2 years. I got it 2 years ago in July, but basically everything that's been done to the car, I've done myself. I got a JLT air intake on it. I had an axle back on the car. I decided to chop off the mufflers because it sounded like poop, like literal poop. Don't get an axle back. If you're gonna get an exhaust, go for a full catback exhaust with headers. That's what I would definitely recommend, but I took the cheap route because I was a broke college student. You know the vibes. One of the things that I enjoy about this car mostly is just the drivability. You buy a car to drive it, obviously. Now, when I say drive the car, I mean religiously drive it. I mean spirited drive, not just to and from point A to point B. When I say I spiritedly drive this car, ask any one of my friends, I spiritedly drive this car. I drive it. You gotta drive for what you paid for. And if you don't drive your cars and you just let them sit in the garage, then you bought a car for the wrong reason. If you bought a car just to look at it, it's not for you. Anyways, so some of the things that I enjoy about my Ford Mustang is, like I said, drivability. Driving the car is always a blast. You're always gonna have fun. Even on the stock suspension, I have a good time running through carving through the mountains with my friends. I had no trouble keeping up, obviously, with stock 400 horsepower to the wheels. I have no trouble keeping up on the straights, but on the turns, you know, it's not the best. Let's be honest. It likes to go in straight lines. It's a muscle car. It likes to go in straight lines. If you want something that's more streamlined in the turns, get a Mazda Miata, get a fucking BMW, get, you know, anything German, almost anything Japanese, sorry. And you're definitely gonna have a more fun time in the mountains than you would with this Mustang, but nonetheless, it is fun to drive in the mountains. Car. Honestly, one of the main and only complaints I have about this car, and I think many Ford Mustang owners will sympathize with me when I say this, or sorry, manual Ford Mustang drivers will sympathize with me. Come on, Ford. MT82. The MT82 is the greatest fault Ford has ever created. MT82, probably one of the worst transmissions ever to be made. Let's talk about the second gear lockout, the third gear lockout, shift forks going out in the 15 to 19s. What's going on? There's actually a class action lawsuit against Ford because of how bad their transmissions are, and they continued to make them in their cars, even though they knew it was bad. As far as cosmetics go, it's basically run-of-the-mill. I have GT500 style wheels, GT500 style wing, 5% tint on both the driver's side and the passenger side windows. Stickers to add horsepower, as you know. I have plasti-dipped hood vents. Don't judge me. I was broke. I should just take them off and just get carbon fiber ones because that's what any normal person would do, but I'm stuck with the plastic-dipped ones. And then I got an eBay RTR grill. They don't make the RTRs for this generation Mustang, so I had to go with the eBay ones. Definitely don't go with the eBay ones because they went out within like a month, but I'm not too mad. I just unplugged them and they look good anyways in the car. And then I have the eBay front lip. My car is basically eBay special at this point. I have the Mustang billet style gas cap. I'm not sure how much I paid for that, but it was a must have. A normal gas cap just wasn't good enough for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it looked. Then you have the short antenna, which is a must have for S197 guys. If you have a long antenna, get rid of it and get that short antenna, boy. On the interior, nothing crazy. We have carbon fiber overlay on the dash. I have a Street Arrow red carbon fiber shift knob. I did the Starlight mod myself. I got the kit on Amazon. If you want, comment down below and I'll link it in the description. If you want phone mount, obviously charger, pretty much run-of-the-mill stuff on the interior. Like I said, it is a 6-speed manual. Other than that, yeah, the interior is pretty untouched, unmolested, but yeah. One of the biggest questions that I'm asked is, would you recommend this car to anybody who's in the market for an S197? And my answer to that is yes. I would recommend this car to anybody who's in the market for an S197. The only thing that I have to say is make sure before you get the car that the proper maintenance is done. Honestly, that should be said for all cars, but make sure the proper maintenance is done. If you're gonna get a manual, make sure the clutch either was replaced beforehand or is it like a stage 2, stage 3 clutch beforehand, because I had the clutch personally go out at me on 115,000 miles. Currently I have 120,000, and I put in the OEM clutch as a replacement and I haven't had any issues since. Love it. Like I said, I would definitely recommend this car to anybody who's in the market for an S197. They're a fun car, they're a great car, they're great looking. Just look at it. Just look at this car, it's beautiful. But other than that, that's really it about the car. Like I said, I would recommend it to anybody who's in the market for one. The only thing I don't like is the transmission. But that's gonna do it for this video. I know it's short, but I really don't have a lot to say about this car. It's just an all-around good car, and I recommend it. So other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all.